Welcome back to Test cricket, Kevin. It's an absorbing day's play and the Test match is really nicely set up, but a lot of people might feel that today's play was tarnished by Stuart Broad not walking near the end. Would they be right to think that?
I think in our dressing room we're worried about the lead that we've got. We're on for 2-6-1 and we want to build on that tomorrow.
Is it realistic to expect batsmen to walk? I mean, the trouble is, from an image point of view, I guess lots of people around the world will have seen the replays and seen that he was out.
Each and every player that plays for their country, plays for their club side, plays for their county, plays for their province, plays for their franchise, has the opportunity to wait and wait for the decision that the umpire makes. You respect the umpire's decision.
Absolutely, but within that there is also issues about spirit of the game.
We play hard, we play fair, and like I said, each individual has the responsibility or makes his own judgment in the middle and says, I'll wait for the umpire's decision. Aleem Dar is a fantastic umpire and he's been rated one of the best umpires in world cricket over the last few years. Wait and respect his decision.
How do you think it will affect the relationship with Australia, Kevin, between the two teams?
I think the teams will be fine, no problem.
Kevin, do you think this is a lesson perhaps in terms of the DRS, which is there specifically for, or they're supposed to be for the howler, rather than maybe narrow 50-50 calls that some teams are gambling on? Do you think it's a lesson for teams to learn that actually sometimes?
Dino's, the DRS has got nothing to do with me. Ask the ICC.
No, Kevin, like specifically in terms of how teams use the DRS.
You got to use it well, don't you? You only get 2 goes at it.
Hi. Kevin, do you remember getting Michael Clarke out and he refused to walk, and does that sort of inform your reaction to this?
Where?
In Australia. He apologised on Twitter for not walking.
Oh, did he? Oh, we'll see what Brody does. I don't know. Who knows?
Do you remember that?
I do remember it.
Can you put Ian Bell's innings into context on a tricky wicket and what it means to win it?
Absolutely brilliant. We know how good Belly is. Belly knows how good he is. He's backed incredibly well in our dressing room, and he's proven exactly why we think he's such a fantastic player. He's come out there and he's played a very mature innings on quite a tough wicket, and I think Michael Clarke set some very, very good fields today. Their bowlers also bowled really well. We had to play with a lot of discipline. It was important for Chef and I to set a foundation, certainly last night, to get to the end of play, and then set a foundation today in which our players could go out there and then play. And I think Bally proved today what a good player he is, and I mean, he doesn't need to keep proving it to us. We know how good he is.
Kevin, you had to do a huge amount of discipline yourself. I mean, do you feel that you've come into the series going to own the side, anything at all, after what's happened?
What's happened? I've played in India. We won a Test series in India, and I got injured in New Zealand.
So you feel, completely back and part of the team?
Yep.
Which of the bowlers today was causing you the most problems?
I think they all bowled pretty disciplined. They bowled in very, very good areas. And Peter still runs in all day. I mean, he's running between overs today, and at the end of day's play, I mean, it's like he's got Duracell batteries in him. He's a fantastic cricketer for Australia. He's one of them typical Australian die-hard, run-in, serve your country kind of bowlers, and he bowls in pretty good areas. But I thought they all bowled pretty well. They all bowled disciplined and they bowled in good areas.
Teams don't usually chase down more than 300. Do you think you're close to having enough?
I'd be foolish to say we've got enough. Cricket's a funny game. Who knows where we're going to get to? But I know that, and I know our dressing room would rather be 260 on at the moment on that wicket.
Where do you think England are going to have most success in terms of which bowlers are going to be most dangerous on that?
Me.
Having back
Me.
and found it perhaps sticking a little bit.
Me.
Versus who do you think's going to have the most successes?
I don't know. We've got fantastic bowling lineup. We'll see where we end up.
Do you think that someone like Graham Swanee puts perhaps more revolutions on the ball might be more dangerous out there?
Swanee's a proven match winner for England. So.
Kevin, there's a suggestion you won't be doing any interviews with the press this summer. Well, have you had a change of mind? Or?
I do when I score runs. Is that okay?
Last couple.
Kevin, just wondered, is there a feeling in the dressing room of what happened yesterday with not getting AR early and then trying to go first ball? This is cricket, is it a bit of a square up? Did you just win them around?
Look, at the end of the day, Brody walked off and not many people were even talking about it. We're only interested in being 260 runs ahead in a fantastic test match. This is going to prove to be one of the real good test matches, and That's all we're interested in. I've got no interest in the dressing room. I've got no interest in what happened yesterday or what happened today. All we're focused on is what's going to happen tomorrow. We want to win this test match.
The first couple of days, obviously the game played at a pretty frenetic pace. And the last session of yesterday, you and Alistair had to sort of slow it down a bit and respect the bowling, I suppose, and then do that again today. Do you think that the patience within your team, as an experienced team, is one of your better qualities?
I think so. I think Alistair Cook brings that to our team. He brings that to our dressing room, calmness, the way that he goes about his business, the way that he plays. And it rubs off amongst the rest of the players. Cook and Pryor did it in Ahmedabad in the first test match against India last year when we were all scurrying around. And I played some ridiculous shots to get out, and some of the other guys were a bit caught up in the headlights. And yeah, Cook and Pryor proved that there were no demons in the Indian bowling attack and went about and did the business. And I think it was really important for myself and Cook to do exactly the same yesterday. And hopefully that now gives the confidence for the rest of the team. And Bell played well. Bairstow's had a good couple of starts. Trott was good in the first inning. So I think we've got some good cool heads, but Cook definitely calms the dressing room down really well.